Brandy, it's her first call, so shout out to her for joining. Anyone else's first call? Lucille, you've been on. No? Yeah? You've been on a team training. That's right. So those are my girls. So thank you guys for joining. This is really exciting. I just have to make a note. Before I decided to become a coach, I watched Kara for a while and did not like or comment on one thing. Not one. Because I'm a creep like that, and we all know that they're out there. So thank you guys. This is really exciting and kind of a surreal moment because I envisioned myself being here so very long ago, but it took a long time. It was a long journey for me, and yet I think everything just has its right timing. So I'm really excited to be able to share. Like, as I was kind of making my notes today, I was thinking, okay, like my story, it's a kind of a cool ride, but it's been fun. So where do you want to start, Kara? Do you want me to start at the first question? You're muted. Kara, I can't hear you. You're muted.
We'll get this.
We'll get it.
Maybe for the people who don't know you, just like maybe a little bit, like 5 minutes of your background and kind of like how you got into coaching and just a little bit about your story.
Oh, okay. So I became a coach about 2.5 years ago. My baby was about 5 months old, and I was kind of in that, holy crap, I have a lot of baby weight to lose, and how am I going to do it? But I was watching Kara for quite a while, so I actually had my mind set on coaching so much before that when I even signed up. But it took me time to like really be sure about my decision. And I gained about 75 pounds in my pregnancy and was really struggling to lose it. So I was looking for something healthy. I struggled with a bit of an eating disorder before getting pregnant. Binging and purging was kind of like my go-to, just because I had lost a bunch of weight with one of those quick fix programs. And I was quickly putting the weight all back on in this kind of maintenance phase. So I was really struggling in that time of my life before I got pregnant. My dad was diagnosed with cancer at that time, and I was engaged, and I was quickly gaining weight, and that sweet dress I bought wasn't fitting after a while, after like a couple months, even though I had my final fitting. So it was like really, really stressful. I turned to that eating disorder, and then not too long later, thankfully, I got pregnant, and I had to basically snap out of that and decide now is my time to be healthy for my daughter and just drop those habits that are, were kind of my solution for the time being, are not a solution. So had my beautiful baby daughter, worth every one of those 75 pounds, and then had to lose that weight. So I find too, so many of my customers are moms who are struggling with baby weight. It comes on fierce and fast, and then it doesn't go all the way once you have that baby. So I was really thankful that Kara and I connected in university. We were buddies in accounting. Yeah, those were a good thing. We had Starbucks because I don't know what else got us through those classes. But I'm really thankful we connected, and then just stayed connected with Facebook. And so I was so ready for coaching because I wanted that accountability. I wanted to lose my weight, but I also wanted to help a whole bunch of my friends and family who I knew would be on board for this. So that's kind of my story.
Over here, talking over here, unmuting over here. So thank you so much for sharing that. I think just so many people, and it's just always like a reminder to me when I hear Christina's story of like how much of a journey it is for people, and how like we all have different backgrounds, but it's very, very rare that people start and like, I mean, we've all done the quick fixes. We've all done I've done the pills, back. And it's just like such a crazy journey. And sometimes you forget how long of it is. And we all start at that 21-day mark, but there's always like kind of like a lifetime before that. So I love hearing that. and we're all unique. So thank you so much for sharing that. So maybe you can tell the girls a little bit about why, you came into this business, you wanted to feel good, you wanted to get the baby weight off, you started helping other people. So why was your diamond goal important to you?
Well, diamond was important to me because it's really hard to explain, but it really was just for me. It was almost like I needed to see myself as a leader in the business. So I'm a leader at work. I'm a manager. I have a team, and like I thrive with dealing with people. And yet with Beachbody, I was kind of just coasting along, and almost didn't see myself as a leader. So I really, really wanted to achieve this diamond goal, to like shift my mindset and say, okay, here I am. My husband is sliding things under the door. Go away. Oh, he's such a pest. Of course, he's throwing me off. So yeah, and I was tired of playing small. I would aim for Success Club every month, but I wasn't aiming to recruit people, and I wasn't aiming to build my team. And so I needed that extra layer of accountability. I was thinking back, I probably recruited enough coaches in my time as a coach to diamond about 3 times. But because of the nature of the business, you guys, you're going to recruit one, and then one will leave the business, and then you'll recruit 2, and one will leave. So you really need to kind of build that momentum in order to move forward. So all this time, I was adding one, losing one, adding one, losing one, and just without really pushing for my goal, I wasn't getting to advance because I wasn't foot on the gas pedal, if you know what I mean. I also knew that becoming a diamond opens the door of opportunity. I don't know if some of you know, there's like these secret diamond groups on Facebook where you get to learn from some of the top leaders. And I'm really excited and privileged to be a part of those. You get to like hear these live calls with people that are inspiring you and killing it in the business. So that's really awesome to be part of. Of course, there's bonuses and trips too, and that Mexico trip was coming up. So Kara's dangling this carrot. So I set my goal about 10 times, where I literally said out loud, I'm going to be diamond by this day. I'm going to be diamond by this day. And my actions just didn't align with my goals. So it's no wonder that I didn't hit that goal, because if you're really not intentional about it, you won't. But I started to kind of lose belief in myself. And I'm like, is that really my goal? If that's my goal, why am I not achieving that goal? So my last reason that becoming diamond was really important to me was Kara. I've never told you this, but I really wanted to kind of pay my gratitude to you. So I know that when I win, you win. And I figured, what's a better way to repay you for all the blessings you brought in my life than to help you reach a 6-star diamond team. So that was really special to me, to just be able to see Kara move forward as I move forward. She has supported me from day one. There's been some deep talks, some venting, some laughing, and she's been in an ambulance with me. Like, the woman has been through it all with me. So I just really wanted to also bless Kara and see her move forward.
Thank you. Oh, that feels so good to me. And that's something I hope you remember too, with even the girls on your team and the new girls on your team. It's so exciting to see them. It's like, that's why this is such an incredible business, because like when we do well, we all do well, everybody does well. And you're right. It's not just about our goals. It's like being a part of a team makes it much more fulfilling. And that just kind of goes to show your character. So thank you so much. We have 2 weeks left of 6-star qualifying. Christina and her team play a huge role in that. And everybody on this team does. Every coach counts. So even if, you're a brand new coach and just like getting started on your journey, where you've been here for a year or 2 years, I just want everybody to know that they all contribute to the greater good of the team, and everybody matters. So Thank you, Christina. So I'm going to share my screen, and if we could just do like a short explanation of actually like kind of like your strategy or how you got there, so people can kind of see a visual, and I think it'll help people. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. Let me just enlarge this. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
All right, so you can go ahead.
Okay, so my husband is my ride or die. He's been my #1 coach since the beginning, and I built him to Emerald. It's kind of weird the beginning of coaching, but he's had people come on and off. So Greg, being my husband, Stephen is family as well, and Lindsay is discount coach. So that's my first Emerald, and like I said, I've been a coach 2.5 years, and I had that Emerald so very long ago. Jaylin is one of my business builders, and this is kind of funny because Jaylin is amazing. She, like, her first month as a coach hit like Success Club 25. Mm-hmm. And there was a day in August when I found out she had 2 Success Club points. So she had kind of taken a little bit of a break from coaching and more so was doing it for herself because she'd gone back to work after having her baby. And she popped up with 2 Success Club points. And part of me knew that she recruited a coach. And meanwhile, everybody else was on this board except Chastity. So Jaylin wasn't an Emerald yet. Everyone else was either a business builder or a discount coach. We've got Heather, Lucille, Brandy, Nav, Kristen. And then Jaylin, I knew was going to hit Emerald eventually, just because she's a natural at it. So part of me knew that she recruited a coach before I even checked, which would mean that she would hit Emerald, which would mean I would need one more coach. So I purposely didn't check my back office because I had this thing with doubt that I actually kind of let myself down gently and thought, okay, I'm not hitting diamond by the qualifying date for this Mexico trip. It's okay. Like, I kind of talked myself out of it and big time doubted myself, only to kind of ease the blow of the disappointment. But there was this weird feeling that I had about Jaylin, and I just knew. And then pretty soon, Karen messaged me and says, how cool, Jaylin just recruited her second coach and she'll be advancing to Emerald. And I was like, I freaking knew it. I knew it, but I didn't check because I just had this fear, like this paralyzing fear in me. So in that moment, I knew that I achieved diamond, like 99.9%, and it hadn't even happened yet. She hadn't even rank advanced yet, but it's like I had this sign from God, and it was like, now's your time, but you gotta get organized and make it happen. It's really hard to explain, but it was factual in my mind. And then I felt this total responsibility to make that happen. I was just like, it's like mission impossible. So Karen and I had talked a whole bunch, and let me just go down here. So Jaylin advanced to Emerald, and then Chastity is actually family as well. She's my cousin, and I knew she was interested in Shakeology while she was on mat leave, and she was just heading back to work. And I knew she was really not interested in coaching. She was, she's made comments here and there, and I'd asked her about it kind of when she started doing Beachbody on demand. But then I decided to ask her a favor and ask if she would, if she was interested in Shakeology, if she would sign up as a coach. And this is a big thing for me. Like, I'm Miss Independent. I moved out at 17, and I'm like, I don't need nobody, no times. And then I decided to ask for help, and it's such a humbling thing to do, but it's such a gift to be able to ask for help from people, because it actually blesses them in a way that it shows like trust, and it feels good for someone to be able to help someone else. Like, it opens that door of opportunity that I'm learning to like let go, lean on other people, and and asked for help from my tribe. So I did that, and she said yes. And through this all, like, I was talking to Kara, and Kara called me out a little bit in her tough love way. And she said to me, don't look for challenges. They are everywhere. She said, look for solutions and they will come. And then a few messages later, she said, I believe in you like 1,000,000,000%. And so it was pretty much between talking to Kara and talking to my husband. I talked to him about the business, and he's kind of like, yeah, okay, what do you need to do? And so I explained, and he's like, so just do it. Being the romantic and very, he's like blunt with me, right? He's like, just do it. And because he believes in me, and that's what's so cool. So having Kara and my husband believe in me, I was like, I need to just do it. So here we are. That's how it all laid out.
Yeah. Oh. I remember those. I'm so thankful for Greg too, because I feel like sometimes he can maybe say the things that just do it. No, I'm just kidding. Let me get out of this screen here. So yeah, there's a few things that I kind of took away from that, Nina, is people will see, I guess you don't want to see my notes here. Stop share. All right. So you guys will see, and you saw her graphic, and she's right. Like, people, depending on their goals, everybody has different goals. So I always tell myself when I'm aiming for a goal, like, it's important for me as you're building your team, support your coaches in their goals. Their goals might not always align with yours, and that's okay. Support them in theirs, but then you have to stay true to your goals and find people who are going to support your goals too. And that's why it's really important to stay consistent, always, every single month inviting to the business, every single month offering even just the discount to your challengers for Shakeology, and building your team. Everybody's diamond looks so different. There's no like right or wrong. I always tell myself too, it's like, you just never know. So treat everybody the same. And I always remember, like, Chelsea Pearson was an inactive coach for 9 months before she even started. So I always tell myself that, like, never underestimate anybody. Everybody's on their own journey, and that's okay. And everybody's pace is perfect. Okay. So, yeah. So thank you so much for sharing that. I love that. And tell Greg, thank you. Thank you. So in this process, I guess, can you share with us 3 things that you kind of learned in the process of going after your diamond goal?
Yes. So I learned that firsthand that fear is a liar, and it can be very paralyzing. And I had this weird idea in my head that my idea of success is either like you're 15-star diamond or you're nothing. And I'm like, there's really I'm so far from 15-star diamond that I'm just gonna throw my hands in and I'm not gonna make it. So this whole fear of like long-term goals being unachievable is, I think, so important to really chunk it down and make short-term goals. I think a long-term vision is critical. Like, you need to think, sure, like a year, 2, 3, 5 down the road, but having short-term actions and short-term goals is so key, because I just felt like it was miles and miles and miles away. And then when I thought, okay, diamond is an emerald and a coach, and that is my next steps. And then once you get there, then you make your next steps and just keep going after them. So that was one, is just not to let fear stop you, and just to create those short-term goals. Another one is that comparison is really paralyzing. So you'll hear a lot of stories in the business, and you can't help sometimes but say, oh, like, she hit diamond in 60 days. Like, I'm so far behind, or she hit diamond and I didn't, or she hit Success Club 900. Like, it's really easy to compare yourself and then get down on yourself. But one thing I've learned is that someone else's success has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. So it doesn't take away from your own. And if it takes you 5 years to hit diamond, you still hit diamond. You still went after your goals. It's really important to just stay on your own path and like keep the blinders on. Yet hearing other people's stories are really great for inspiration, but at the end of the day, you're on your own journey, and that's just kind of where you need to focus. And then the third one I would say is when it comes to big goals, it takes big action. And that's what I was saying. I could have hit diamond 3 times in this business over the time I've been a coach, because I was kind of coasting along. If you don't like literally put your foot on the gas pedal, you're just going to plateau or stay the same. You're going to gain a coach, lose a coach, and that's kind of how it goes. So it takes some massive action. Those months where we were reading 10X and Jocelyn was like, did that awesome video, and she was getting Success Club 900, was really great too, because like massive action, it produces results. And so that always stuck in my mind too. Is like, okay, we could reach out to 3 people, or you could reach out to like 300. Just like do as much as you can in the time that you have, and have a plan and be strategic and just go after it.
Those are great. So how did it feel when on that Thursday when you logged into your online office and you saw that you hit your goal and you hit diamond? How did that feel?
So like I said, I knew I hit diamond before I hit it. It's really weird. No, I don't like to be overconfident by any means, but I didn't sleep that night because I was like, I'm hitting diamond. And even though Jalen wasn't even officially emerald yet, but it was like in my mind, I'm like, Jalen, Kay, Chastity, all right, it's all lining up and I'm diamond. And so I'm like laying in bed, like I can't sleep. This is exciting. I can't believe it's happening. So it was pretty cool. I was really excited. And then I think the night where it like takes time for the back office to update, and I checked it at midnight and I was like, oh no, still says emerald. Okay, I'll go to sleep now. So pretty excited. But honestly, there's part of me that was like, girl, about time. It's about time, because I've been, yeah, like I said, 10 times I told myself I'll be diamond by August 31st. I'll be diamond by December. Then it's like March, and then so I had to give myself a little like, come on, now let's keep going. But everything has its timing, so happy.
So right, like everybody's journey is unique to them. And it's really, like you said, easy for us to compare ourselves to other people. I mean, in a social media business, you really have to keep your blinders on and stay true to your goals. Know what you want, because just because somebody else wants something doesn't mean we need it. And I'll tell you guys a quick story. My very, very first diamond dinner, I went to Calgary because Autumn was going to be there. And I went to this diamond dinner, and I think I was 7 months in the business. It took me 7 or 8 months. And I was sitting at a table, and girls were talking about how they hit diamond in a week. And girls were saying how they're already close to 1 star. And I felt like I was like just the smallest fish in this big pond, and just like, oh, I wasn't good as them because I didn't hit it as fast as them or whatever. And, we exchanged numbers and Facebook and everything. And there was 6 of us. And you know how many people are still in this business? Maybe 2, so it's really a long-term game. It's the long term that counts. It doesn't matter if you hit it in a week, 7 months, 8 months, a year, 5 years. It's the people who keep going no matter what really get to build something that means something to them and is sustainable over a long period of time. That's what truly matters. And, with a team that feels good to you and that is following in your footsteps. So really, really, I think that's a really important point, Christina. And I just kind of wanted to build on that, on the comparison thing, because it will literally eat you alive if you're not careful. And I think we've all kind of felt that. Has anybody felt that here at one point in time, comparing your business to somebody else? And it's not a fun game. So
Maxine's face.
Yeah. So could you give the team 3 tips for those out there? There's a lot of people going for a diamond. There's a lot of people there gunning for their goals, whatever there may be. Can you give the team 3 of your top tips for those who are going for diamond?
So I have nothing overly brilliant or something you probably already heard it before because it's kind of the simple one, but I would say map it out. Just like Kara had it there on Canva, you can just draw it on a piece of paper, write your name in the middle, visualize yourself as a diamond, and look at it often. So up above me, like right behind my computer here, I have my vision board. I look at it every day when I do my workout, but I can't say I consciously look at it necessarily every day, but it's there reminding me of my goals. And diamond's like right in there, a big shiny gem in the middle. So you guys really, I think, is just really believe in yourself, visualize it, tell yourself you're a diamond, tell yourself you're going to get there, because if we let fear and comparison and doubt hold us back, then we won't. So I also think having a success partner, someone who you click with and talk with often, is so great in this business. I have a success partner from the, Saskatchewan, actually, and she's on another team. And as much as I love talking to my husband about the business, I will sometimes overwhelm him. It's kind of like me here in politics, and I go cross-eyed. He does the same when I talk too much about business, the details of it, right? And as much as he supports me and encourages me, he takes the simple message, just do it. Like, tell me what you need to do, okay, do it. And you need someone who you can like bounce ideas off of, get support from, and be accountable to. Like, okay, I'm going to actually create a free group, or I'm going to send out 5 invites, because someone that you're talking to who's working the business and you're working the business, like, you can just really feed off each other. So I thought that was really helpful for me. Second thing I would suggest is focus your personal development and your training calls, whatever you're watching, to 2 things. One of them would be your strengths, because we all have incredible strengths within us that we need to leverage in this business. I do agree with working on your weaknesses. So that was going to be the other part, is find something you want to learn about and really grow with. If that's social media, if that's marketing, if that's visual, graphics, or whatever it is, or even writing. Also, like, spend a little bit of time working on those so that you're growing and developing your skills, but really leverage your strengths. If it's, you know, your workouts that you're really consistent with, or your friendships, or your mom's groups, or your Bible studies, or your whatever you do that you are passionate about and good at, just like share that and find other people who have those same strengths, and they'll be attracted to you. So that would be my second tip. And lastly is just believe in yourself and confide in people who believe in you, because sometimes you just need to hear it. It's like we have enough negative self-talk and fears, and you just need to like shift yourself to really feeling confident and just going after your goals. If diamond is your goal, tell yourself you can do it and you will do it, and then match it with action. And just I just believe in all of you guys. If I can do it, anyone can do it. That's all I got, Kara. And I love seeing all these little ones on. So cute.
There's like 4 of me. Like I'm over here, I'm down here. Unmute. I know. I love seeing the babies on the call, and just like your guys' commitment, and then seeing Brandy on her first call with her baby. It just like, it's really like a testament to you, Christina, of the women that you're inspiring, and like, you know, what you've achieved for yourself and now inspiring other people to do it. It's just like to see kind of like that lineage of moms like going after it makes me want to tear up a little bit. I love it. So if you guys have any questions for Christina, you can put them in the chat now, and I'll certainly ask her. Christina, I just like want to acknowledge you for so many reasons, but mostly for just being authentic to yourself, and always leading with your heart and your faith, and doing it so gracefully and beautifully, and never, ever, ever giving up. You're such a testament of strength and resilience and beauty and and overcoming. And I just have no doubts, you know, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, maybe one day, even 6 years from now, I really truly believe we're going to still be doing this, still be doing team calls. You do it because you love it. And I'm so grateful to have you here. And I know this is just the beginning of a lot. I love seeing you grow and then seeing that transcend to, you know, the other parts of your life and other things that you want to do, and having the confidence to do that and believing in yourself to do it. I just think it, you know, like these milestones are all great for business, but they just have so much. They have so much to do with the rest of our lives and giving ourselves the confidence and the permission, I guess, to go after it. So thank you so much for that and sharing your heart with everybody. I know it's going to help a lot of people. This is going to be recorded, so it's going to help, you know, a lot of your team to come. And I'm really excited to see what happens next. So there's just a few questions if you just have a few more minutes. I definitely want to honor your time, but let me just see here. So one lady asked, how do you overcome your struggles inviting? How do you overcome your struggles when inviting people?
So I think, and I've kind of learned my way over time to, again, do what's comfortable with me. I tend to leave Beachbody out of the conversation for the most part, and even all the details of what is entailed in a challenge group, because I find that people get a little bit standoffish if you give them too much information. So I generally just like to guide my conversations with little hints about, like, you know, what I'm doing and what I enjoy doing. So whether it's a challenge group or coaching, either way, I try to highlight the things that I just really enjoy about them. And almost like nonchalantly, right? Like not aiming for anything, but hearing their response and whether or not they're interested or ask questions is a really good way to kind of guide that conversation. But I generally take Beachbody right out of it. And when people are looking for a solution, I just kind of tell them there's a whole package and you'll get the best results. Like, I really water it right down. I've gone into detail before about Shakeology and the benefits and phytonutrients, and before I know it, like, people are like, I don't think I want to message that girl because she's talking about words I don't know. So I just try to keep it really simple. I tell people if they want the best results, like, our bodies need you know, the nutrients that it needs to function properly, just like a car does. It needs like good clean oil, and so do we. And then I just again talk about the beauty of a community and support, and how, like, they'll have me along the way to help them reach their goals. So I guess when it comes to inviting, like, you can kind of lead the conversation with dropping hints. I learned that from other coaches. It's not like I made that up myself, but I tend to drop hints and see kind of where the conversation goes from there. And then, yeah, just take the product out of it. We offer a service. The products are definitely what works as well. But people aren't so interested in products. They're interested in the service and having support from you along the way. Does that help?
I love that. I love that. I love how you said it. It's the service that we offer in the lifestyle. And I mean, yeah, I just, like, I watch you and I still do, and you still inspire, you know, you will always inspire me. Anytime I see any kind of, like, Christina Warbeck workout picture, I'm like, okay, it's time to go downstairs to the gym, because one thing that you're really good at that ties into inviting, and I think the most crucial piece, is just living the lifestyle yourself, you know, really truly believing it, doing it for yourself first. That is 90% of work, and you do that very beautifully. And the rest is just details, I guess, right? Or the rest is just having the conversations with people, seeing that, and then, you know, they'll join you when they're ready, because everybody's on their own journey. But the only thing we really have control over is our own journey, and you do that so beautifully. So thank you for answering that. I hope that answers your question, Maxine. So I'm going to wrap some things up, guys. I just want to honor your time. Christina, again, thank you so much. The recording will be posted in the Fit Lounge today or tomorrow. So just make sure when I post it, tag your team who you think it's going to be helpful for, and make sure to send Christina some love because she did a beautiful job tonight. Yes. So thanks, guys. Thanks.
Night.
Bye. Night.